Hello everyone, welcome to MC Deck Discussions. I am Abi Small, and today we have another gameplay video, and I consider this to be a pretty special one. I had not actually defeated Ronan the Accuser before. I hardly ever play him. It's not one of my favorites to play, but with this deck, I thought it could be particularly good against him. And so I decided that amongst my playtesting, I would go up against him. In Standard, I did beat him 2 out of 3 tries, and in Expert, I won 1 out of 3 tries. So hopefully this one goes well. Whether it's a victory or not, hopefully it demonstrates the deck well, because that's the main thing is I want you to be able to see the deck, maybe inspire some of your own builds. I will have a usual deck discussion about this deck compared to the deck it started as that I was inspired by. But for now, what I'm going to do is, as usual, I'll have timestamps. I'll show the setup for Ronan. That'll probably take a little bit. So if you already know his setup, you can skip ahead for that using timestamps. And then I'll share my deck, and then which is a protection deck with Spider-Man. And then we'll go ahead and start the gameplay. So let's get going. So first of all, the setup here. Put the Kree command ship environment and the Milano support into play. So Kree command ship is here. This will give him an extra encounter card each time with the hazard icon. It has a first player interrupt. When a treachery card is revealed from the encounter deck, exhaust the Milano and spend 1 resource of any type. Cancel that card when revealed effects. So that can be very helpful, especially since you're going to get 2 encounter cards each time. And then and then we get the Milano, which is a resource generator for us in a solo player game. It's just going to stay with him all the time. And then attach the universal weapon to Ronan the Accuser. So here's the universal weapon here. There is a way to be able to get rid of this. It gives Ronan a stalwart, but in none of the 6 games I've played so far have I bothered trying to get rid of this. I just let him keep it. So I'm assuming I'll do the same in this one. And then attach the Power Stone to the first player. Here's the Power Stone. This can be a little bit problematic for me. I usually remember at the beginning of the game to let Ronan have his 2 boost cards. You'll see that in a little bit for the setup. But it'll give me +1/+1. And then this has a forced response. After a hero or villain deals 3 or more damage to the attached character with a single attack, attach Power Stone to the attacking hero or villain. Note that when you defend with your hero, that does decrease the damage that is dealt. So that is one of the goals, is actually to decrease that damage, at least when I'm doing a basic defense. Okay, then that works that way. Okay. And then, so where I have trouble with is when this starts changing hands back and forth, then I start to forget this part. So I might as well show this part now, or actually let's flip this over. Okay, so first player action, exhaust the Milano, remove 3 threat from this scheme. Note that it will add 2 threat to the scheme each round and on the villain's turn. This only applies to this first main scheme. So I'm hoping I can keep it on the first main scheme for as long as possible so I can be able to use the Milano for that possibility. And then we go over to Ronan the Accuser. He starts with the toughness. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for that. Cut the power side scheme and reveal it. So here it is over here. So I'll have to get rid of that first before I can start getting rid of threat on the main scheme. And then he has a forced interrupt. So this is what I meant about the boost cards. Forced interrupt. When Ronan the Accuser activates against you, give him 1 additional boost card if you control the Power Stone. So like I said, I usually remember to do that at the beginning of the game. Later in the game, when the Power Stone starts switching hands back and forth, I can sometimes forget that. So I'm hoping I don't in this game. All right, so that's it for the setup. And then let's go ahead. Oh, I might as well mention this too. So Peter Parker himself, he has innate reflexes in the deck, and that is a starting card, so it starts in your hand, and it has no resource value. It can only be played. All right, now let me go ahead and share the deck, and then we will get started. All right, so for Peter Parker's deck, I don't currently have a name for this deck. It is quite a bit different from the one it was inspired by, but the deck it was inspired by, I also recommend checking out. So I will put a copy of that in the video description. But like I said, I'll actually discuss both decks. when I have my deck discussion video. So this deck is inspired by Your Father Died by His Own Glider, and it's a protection deck with 41 cards. No allies added to the deck, and I don't expect to play Black Cat either. For the events, we have Face the Past, 3 copies of Get Their Attention, 3 copies of In Harm's Way, 3 copies of Taunt, the 3 double resources, Quinn Carrier, and we have a whole bunch of upgrades here: Armored Vest, Defensive Conditioning, Electrostatic Armor, Hard to Ignore, Ingenuity, Innate Reflexes, Ready for a Fight, Ronan, Stand Alone, and Unflappable. A whole bunch of these cards are cards I've never had in any deck before, so it's been a lot of fun for me to really explore a deck that's so different than any others that I played. All right, well, that's it. Let's get into the game. Okay, let's draw up our hand. Okay. All right, now our goal here is to actually try to build up as much as possible our defense. So we, of course, have this starting card that can get us a defense. He starts with 3 defense himself. And then it looks like we have Electrostatic Armor, which is a great card, but it's not nearly as important to me as getting the defense cards in. So there's only 1 here right now. So I am, in fact, going to dump a bunch of these cards. We'll get rid of Swinging Web Kick. I'll keep Backflip as an important mode of defense here. Electrostatic Armor, I'm going to get rid of that too. And I'll get rid of Energy. So that's going to give us 3 new cards. I think I'll get rid of Web Shooter too. It'd be nice to have that. Since we have Backflip, I think I'll be okay with this, and at least we'll go get 3 cards sooner to some more defense cards. So let's leave it at that, and let's drop some more. Okay, Armored Vest. So we got 1 more defensive card here, so that's good. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to use Peter Parker's ability here, his scientist ability. He has a resource, generate a mental resource, and he has 3 recovery, by the way. Hand size is 6 on this side, hand size is 5 on the hero side, 10 hit points altogether. All right, so let's go ahead and get innate reflexes into play right away using this resource on Peter Parker. And let's flip over now. All right, so we definitely want to cut the power down right off the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and thwart. He has 1 thwart. And so plus this +1 right now makes 2. All right. And then I want to get the Web Shooter in play. Let's use Swinging Web Kick to get the Web Shooter in play. Oops, dragged it to the wrong spot. Let's try that again. There, that's better. All right, and then let's use that Web Shooter and get Armored Vest in play. And I'm just going to stack these on top of each other, and I'm going to put 2 markers on him, and those will signify to me that he has 2 more defense. So he has a total of 5 defense now from innate reflexes and then Armored Vest. All right, so that's not too bad, getting 5 right off the bat, plus having Backflip. And hopefully we can get, it'd be great if we get 1 more of those. There are 4 cards in this deck that can boost up his defense. So hopefully he gets 1 more of those relatively quickly, because of course Ronan hits like a truck. Right? So let's see. Oh, I can't really use the Milano. I just realized. Let's undo that last play. I forgot about the Milano. Okay. So I'm going to use the Milano to play Armored Vest instead of this resource here, because right now I can't use the Milano to get rid of this threat there. So yeah, so we'll do that instead. All right, so let's go ahead and ready ourselves up and draw our hand size. We'll keep those cards we have. Okay, good. We have Enhanced Spider Sense that can help us defensive or help us as well for the encounter cards. I'll flip that over. That's my way of reminding myself that I have something that I can play as an interrupt during the villain's turn. I'm going to do the same thing with backflip. So we've got, actually I like this one to be further to the right and backflip on the left. All right. Okay, good. So we got a couple of defensive cards there. All right, so let's add 2 threat to the main scheme. And then Ronan is going to attack for 3 + 1 is 4. Okay. Now, we can just sit there and use backflip. And I think I will in this case. It's a little bit of a tough decision because backflip, Ronan is going to be able to take the Power Stone away from me if I use backflip, because he will deal at least 3 damage to take this, right? It has to be dealt damage, not damage that you take. So he will still deal that if I use backflip to get out of it. But there is the possibility that I could get it back right away. So I think I'll let that go ahead and go. So he is going to get 2 boost cards. Okay? And then Peter Parker has his Spider Sense Interrupt. Notice his stats, by the way. He's 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 defense, in case anybody doesn't know that. So interrupt, when the villain initiates an attack against you, draw 1 card. So let me draw a card here. All right. Okay, so we're just going to take this hit. So he's attacking for 3, 4, and then plus this one, 5, 6, and it gains piercing. And this one, 7, and the villain gets 1 additional boost card activation. And that makes 8. All right, so looks like that wasn't too bad a choice letting that happen. We will use backflip. Okay? And I'll read this the first time. Interrupt defense. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent all of that damage. So he takes 0 damage. However, we were still dealt 8 damage. So Ronan does pick up the Power Stone. Okay, so now that adds to his thwarting an attack. All right. Okay, then he gets 2 encounter cards. Second one because of Kree Command Ship. Okay. And note that as a reminder, we got Enhanced Spider Sense to help out to prevent that from occurring. So let's see what we get here. Oh, Pincher Maneuver. We got to get rid of that card right away. What happened here to these little tokens? Huh. I don't know why they're gone. I must have done something. Okay. All right. And then, so that had Hinder 2. So it started with 3, so it ends up with 5 threat on it. And then the next card, Peril. When revealed, either exhaust the Milano or spend 2 resources or deal 3 damage to the first player. So I'm going to go ahead and just exhaust the Milano in this case, since that's the second card and counter card. All right, so our turn. So right off the bat, I want to get rid of this cut the power. So let's go ahead and thwart for 1 and get rid of cut the power. And then we are going to play in harm's way here. So I'm going to use Webbed Up and this Genius to play in harm's way. So note that we have a total of 5 defense. So, and you increase the cost to play this card by 1 for each ally you control, which is part of why we don't have allies in this deck. Hero action, deal X damage to an enemy and remove X threat from a scheme where X is your defense, so that's going to be 5 each. So we're going to deal 5 damage to Ronan, which unfortunately just gets absorbed by his tough status. Okay. And we will remove 5 threat, getting rid of Pincher Maneuver. But we did deal at least 3 damage. So we will get the Power Stone back. Okay. All right. In some regards, actually, I don't mind him having the Power Stone, so he doesn't get 2 boost cards. Okay. All right. And then let's see. I did not use the Web Shooter. I just realized I used 3 cards from my hand. I used Genius and Webbed Up. Yeah, I'm just going to keep those resources for now, keep them available to me. Yeah, we'll just use Webbed Up for that. So I want to continue to draw some more cards here and get some more possible defensive cards on our turn. So let's go ahead and finish up with that. Let's ready up, and then draw the rest of our cards. Okay. So we do have Get Their Attention in here. And we still have Enhanced Spider Sense. So we do, okay, so we're looking pretty good overall. All right, so let's add 2 threat to the main scheme. And then Ronan the Accuser is going to attack. Again, we have the Power Stone, so he gets 2 boost cards. Okay. Spider-Man's Spider Sense triggers, we draw a card. All right, so we will defend for 5 here. Okay. And let's see, hold on. We will, okay, so let's check out this right here. Okay, and I'm not going to use Get Their Attention, this interrupt right now. I'm hoping to get rid of this last threat here. He does have a card that can give him an extra threat. I forgot about that card, an extra couple of threat. So that is a risk as well. So there is pretty good reason to get that card played. Yeah, so let's see. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to use this card here. So as much as I possibly can, I don't want this to bust. Okay, so I use this resource, and I'm going to use Swinging Web Kick actually. Okay, and then use that to play Get Their Attention. Okay, so that's Hero or Interrupt, Defense, and Thwart card. When an enemy initiates an attack, remove 3 threat from a scheme. So I'm going to remove 3 threat here. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. It may not have been the best move, but hopefully things pan out here. All right. So let's see. He's attacking for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because of the boost effect, adding 3 boost icons. 8, 9. Holy crap. Okay. Okay. So 9 defensive 5. He still hits us for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 9 down to 5. Wait, why don't we have 10? Do we? Why did we? Hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it was supposed to be 10. So 10 down to 6. Okay, there we go. All right, which is enough. He did deal 4 damage to us, so he does get the Power Stone back. Okay, get rid of those cards. All right, 2 of these now. Here's the first one. When revealed, exhaust the Milano or spend 2 physical resources or stun the first player. I am going to exhaust the Milano for that one. And then the next one, the Power Stone cannot be unattached from Ronan the Accuser. So when revealed, attach the Power Stone to Ronan the Accuser. If it's already there, attached to him, place 1 threat here. So we'll put 3 threat there. All right. Excuse me. All right. So I was really hoping to get defensive conditioning out. Just a sec here. Maybe I do still want to do that. I wanted to get rid of this superior tactics, but maybe I will wait. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to get defensive conditioning out now. So I'm going to use this taunt, and I'm going to use gosh, I think we need to keep that right now for safety's sake until we get built up. So I'll use In Harm's Way. Didn't really want to do that. And let's get this on the stack of defensive cards. So it is going to, we have player and players control max 1 per player, plus 3 hit points, and plus 1 to our defense. Okay. So we add 3 hit points up to 9. So from 6 to 9, and he gets 1 more defense. So now our defense is 6. Okay, so which doesn't seem like a big difference, but when you're facing Ronan, 6 is actually quite a bit better than 5. All right, let's ready up and draw our hand size. Okay, oh, we got a couple of really important cards here. Okay, both unflappable and standalone, very important, especially standalone actually. All right, so let's add 2 threat to the main scheme. And Ronan is going to attack. He has the Power Stone, so he only gets 1 boost card this time. He's attacking for 3, 4, 5. He'll defend for 6. So 5, 6, 7. So he hits us for 1 damage here, and it gained piercing. Okay. All right, and then here's the encounter card, 2 of them. First one, when real, Ronan the Accuser attacks you with +1 ATK. So we are going to get rid of that. So we will use, let's see, I'm going to use Quinn Carrier to help us play Enhanced Spider Sense, therefore getting rid of this card here. Okay, and the next one, Surge, exhaust your identity. Already exhausted, so it's just going to surge. And the next one, the villain attacks you. We will use Enhanced Spider Sense. Let's use Web Shooter to play Enhanced Spider Sense. Oh. No. Yes. Okay, and we will stop that attack from happening. Okay, so we've used both of his Enhanced Spider Senses now. So now we can't really stop that anymore. But it's back to art. Okay, let's go ahead and use the Milano, exhaust it, and use this first player action to remove 3 threat from the scheme. 1, 2, 3, 5 down to 2. And then Unflappable versus Standalone. Standalone is actually far more important than Unflappable. Did I remember to draw my card at the beginning when he attacked me? Shoot. Darn, I think I forgot to draw my card when he attacked me. That's a huge difference, because if I had remembered to draw that extra card when he attacked me, if I didn't remember, then I should have 1 more card in hand so that I can play 1 and then still keep Unflappable in hand and possibly get that out on my next play. Standalone is far more critical, though. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back. You can use the left arrow key to go back in the game, and I'm going to check on that myself. So let me just pause while I check on that to see if I remember to draw an extra card when Ronan attacked me. Okay, so I just checked, and I did forget to draw my card using Spider-Man's ability. So I am actually going to just draw it now, even though it means it could have changed what I played. Okay. All right. Yeah. In fact, I maybe could have gotten Ready for a Fight into play if I hadn't done that, which would allow me to go to my alter ego side and get Standalone into play and Unflappable into play. Well, no, that probably still wouldn't happen, but still I would have had the resource. But still, I'm just going to leave it at that. And I think I'm going to hold on to Ready for a Fight, actually. I'm going to get rid of Unflappable and play Standalone. Okay. All right, so Standalone, I'll go ahead and read this. Hero Interrupt. When an enemy attacks you, before any defender is declared, if you do not control any allies, exhaust Standalone, ready your hero. So this only really does you any good if you're already exhausted. But as soon as we start getting those minions in play, this becomes a really great card. Plus also if Ronan attacks more than once, and that can happen quite frequently too. All right, so let's ready up and draw our hand size. Okay. All right, Ronan's turn, add 2 threat to the main scheme. And he's going to attack for 3, 4, 5 again. Okay. And Peter Parker uses his ability, draws us a card, and we have a backflip. So we're not going to bother to defend yet then. We'll let that attack happen. Attach the Power Stone to Ronan the Accuser. It already is. Okay. And we will backflip out of all that damage, preventing all that damage. Okay, good. All right, he gets 2 cards here. And the first one, the Villain Schemes. We're definitely going to need to prevent that from happening. So we'll exhaust the Milano and pay with a Spider Tracer to prevent that. Okay, and hopefully he doesn't get another one of those. Okay, all right. Kree Private has Quick Strike, deals 1 damage to us. Okay. All right, so Okay, so what we're going to do next is use Taunt, but I want to get ready for a fight into play while I'm thinking of it. So, all right, we'll wait just a second. So I'm going to use Black Cat to play Taunt. Okay, and since it's my first time, I'll say this one, hero action, the villain attacks you, other characters cannot defend against the attack, draw 3 cards. All right, so let's defend for 6, and he'll be attacking for 3, 4, 5, plus the boost card, 6, 7, so he does deal 1 damage to us, okay? And then we draw 3 cards. Okay. All right, so let's use one of these ready for a fight to play the other ready for a fight. Okay. And then, oh man, I really want to use In Harm's Way. But let's see if we can get away with holding on to that card. So if I use the web shooter, I can get Hard to Ignore in play. That's not a bad thing. So let's get Hard to Ignore in play. I'll just mention what that does real quickly. Right, hero response after your hero defends against an attack and takes no damage. It's also hard to ignore. Remove 1 threat from the main scheme. Okay. All right, and then let's go to our alter ego side. We'll use Peter Parker's resource ability, a scientist ability. For resource, get Aunt May into play. Okay, and then, oops, wrong token. Okay, these are tokens I like using for healing. There we go. So we will use her to heal for 4. We're back up to 10, from 6 to 10. Okay, excellent. And then that lets us hold on to In Harm's Way, which is great, because I want to be able to use that card coming up. Okay, let's ready up. Draw our hand size. Ah, excellent. Okay, we got Ronan here. That's excellent. I want to be able to get that into play. Okay. All right, let's add 2 threat to the main scheme, up to 6. Wait, did I do that right? Yes. Okay, 2 threat to the main scheme from 4 to 6. Okay. All right. And then let's go ahead and use Ready for a Fight. Flip over to hero side, Ready for a Fight. For those who may not know, interrupt. First of all, there's a requirement to physical to play it, which we did use. Interrupt when an enemy would scheme, discard Ready for a Fight, change the hero form, which we just did. That enemy attacks you instead. Okay, so he's going to attack us. Spider-Man's ability triggers, drawing us a card. Okay. All right, and we do have Get Their Attention, which we may want to use because we can only stop 1 time. Let me see, hold on. How many of these have shown up? Oh, we should be pretty safe from that, actually. Let's see. Advance. Yeah, 1 advance has already shown up. So if the other advance shows up, we would be able to cancel it. I would have to reserve the Milano just for that canceling. So we would be able to use In Harm's Way on our turn. Oh, but I want to get rid of the superior tactics. Okay, so let's do that. So we're going to use this Get Their Attention. We'll use this double to play Get Their Attention. Okay. And hero interrupt, when an enemy initiates an attack to remove 3 threat from the scheme, we're going to use that to get rid of superior tactics. So that is gone. Okay. All right, let's defend. And he attacks for 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, so deals 1 damage to us. Yeah, because we have 6 defense. Okay, so 10 down to 9. Okay, then Cree Private is attacking. We will stand alone to ready us. So stand alone. Since this is my first time, I'll read it. When an enemy attacks, before any defender is declared, if you do not control any allies, exhaust stand alone, ready your hero. So we just readied Spider-Man. Cree Private is going to attack for 1. We're going to let that happen down to 8. Forgot to get rid of that. Okay, and then 2 encounter cards. Okay, here's the first one. He has Patrol. We got to get rid of that guy so we can get threat off of this scheme. Yeah, that's problematic. Oh, that's really problematic. I forgot about him. And then Cree Private again, and he attacks and deals 1 damage to us. Okay. Ah, man. Okay, kind of bummed. All right, let's see. We've got to get in harm's way. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to waste this. Darn. Okay, but we still have the Milano, so let's do this. So we're going to go with web shooter, kind of a waste of 2, 3 cards to play in harm's way. Okay. All right, so we have 6 defense. So we're going to do 6 damage to patrol here. And it simultaneously removes 6 threat from a scheme, but I can't do that because I couldn't thwart while Kree Commando was in play. So that goes to waste. However, I at least was able to get rid of him. So now I can use the Milano to trigger this first player ability to remove 3 threat from the main scheme, going down from 4 to 3. Okay. All right. I was hoping to use that to get this Power Stone back, but that's okay. Okay. All right. And then what I might as well do is do 2 damage to one of these Kree privates. I don't really want to have both of them out. So let's go ahead and do 2 damage to one of them. So get them reduced here. All right. Let's ready up. Draw our hand size. Okay. So this ready for a fight. We could possibly get into play on our next turn. That'd be nice. Okay. Let's add 2 threat to the main scheme. And Ronan is going to attack for 3, 4, 5. We're going to defend for 6. And we draw our a card. And that went through our deck, so he gets an extra encounter card, which is super bad. Okay. All right. So let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, he's hitting so hard. 8 minus 6. He deals 2 damage to us. We go from 7 down to 5. So I don't like that. Okay. All right. Then this Kree private attacks where you stand alone to ready him. He deals 1 damage. He deals 1 damage. So we take 2 more damage down to 3 from 5 to 3. Okay, let's get 2 more encounter cards. Here's the first one. Peril. Choose one. Exhaust the Milano. Spend 2 energy resources or discard 1 card at random from the first player. We only have 1 energy resource here unless we use the Milano, which of course wouldn't make any sense. Okay, I'm gonna... Oh, when he attacked, I forgot to use Get Their Attention to decrease the threat, which I definitely meant to do based on what's in my hand. Sorry, I am going to retract that. I'm going to get rid of that 3 threat right now. So I'm going to use the cards I would have used would have been this one and Taunt to play Get Their Attention. Okay, so when he initiated his attack, I would have removed 3 threat. 1, 2, 3. Okay, down to 2. All right. Okay, so here this is available. So exhaust the Milano, discard a card at random from your hand. Ooh, man, we can't afford to do that because I really want ready for a fight out. We're down to 3 hit points. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna exhaust the Milano. That's super risky, but let's see what we get. Villain attacks you. Okay, let's defend for 6. He's attacking for 3, 4, 5. And a nothing. Gets rid of the other advance, so that's good news. Okay, and he dealt no damage to us, which means Hard to Ignore can trigger and remove 1 threat from the main scheme. Okay, and last one. Give Ronan a tough status card, and we can ignore the rest of that card. All right. Okay, a little bit of luck in our favor there. For sure, we got to get over to Alter Ego side. So we're going to use Face the Past to play Ready for a Fight. Go to Alter Ego side, use his mental resource to get Ronan in play. So let's stack this on the rest of the stack. Okay. All right. So he gets, when you do not control any allies, your hero gets +1 defense and gains Retaliate 1. So we get +1 defense, so now our defense is up to 7. Let me add one more of those tokens. And we get a retaliate, so I'm going to put a little marker on Peter Parker to indicate that retaliate damage. Okay, and then May is going to heal us up for 4 from 3 to 7. So, okay, all right. So we are pretty much built out now. So hopefully we can start doing a little better here. Okay, draw our hand size of 6. And we got a couple of in harm's ways and some double resources to be able to play them if necessary. Okay, so let's add 2 threat to the main scheme. Trigger ready for a fight, flip over to hero side. He's going to attack us. We're then going to draw a card and get another, get their attention. Okay. All right, so I am going to use this genius card to play this, the in harm's way, not get their attention. But they were both in harm's way. I didn't even realize that actually. Okay, so use get their attention to remove 3 threat from the main scheme. Hold on. I'm already going to be able to remove it within harm's way. Yes, so actually I'm not going to waste that. So let's undo all that and get those double resource back too. There it is. And flip these over because I can't use them on defense. I'm going to flip this one over. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's defend for 7 now. He's attacking for 3, 4, 5. And 6, 7, 8. Still hitting hard. Okay. So, but we prevented 7 of that, so we take 1 damage. And we have retaliate now, so that dings off this tough status. Okay. All right. Then the Kree private attacks, we will use stand alone to ready. He deals 1 damage to us, and he gets retaliated on. Then this one attacks, deals 1 damage to us, and gets retaliated on. Okay. 2 encounter cards. Here's the first one. You stand accused. Ronan the Accuser attacks you with +1 ATK. We will go ahead and take that attack. We will defend. So he's attacking for 3, 4, 5, 6, plus this boost card. 7. We don't take any of that damage this time. And he gets, I do retaliate. He's down to 17, 18 to 17. And hard to ignore triggered, removing a threat from the main scheme. And last card. Ronan the Accuser attacks the player who controls the Power Stone. If no attack was made this way, this card gains search. So we will actually use the Kree Command Ship ability to exhaust the Milano and then spend 1 resource of any type to stop this when revealed ability. So exhaust the Milano and pay with 1 resource. Let's see. I think I'll just use get their attention. Okay, and that stops. All right, back to our turn. Let's go ahead and play the first in harm's way. Let's see, actually, let's, I was wanting to get this web shooter out, but I'd rather keep the enhanced spider sense in this. I'll use one of the doubles, okay, right, and get this in play. It's kind of a weird play, but I'll go with it anyway. Okay, and then now we'll use that resource generator plus genius to play in harm's way. And we're going to go ahead and deal our 7 damage. We're going to do all 7 damage of that to Ronan, giving him from 17 down to 10. And we take the Power Stone back. And then we remove the rest of the threat from this scheme there. There are some reasons why I might want to not want to do that, actually. Okay, yeah, but I'm going to go for it. We need to take a little bit of risk here if we're going to start doing some damage to him. Okay, and let's ready up and draw hand size. Okay, haven't had a chance to use any of these taunts yet. I'd like to be able to do that pretty soon. Okay, add 2 threat to the main scheme. And Ronan is attacking for 3, 4, plus 2 boost cards now that we have the Power Stone. Peter Parker's ability triggers, Spider-Man's ability triggers drawing us a card. Okay, let's see if this can be used on defense. Okay. As an interrupt. All right, so 3, 4, 5, let's defend. 4, 7. So 3, 4, excuse me. And then 5 gains overkill. 6, 7. Good, we defended all of it. So we take no damage. MP gets retaliated on from 10 down to 9. And that'll trigger Hard to Ignore to remove 1 threat from the main scheme. Okay. All right, then this guy attacks. We will stand alone to ready. And he deals 1 damage to us. And then this guy also deals 1 damage to us. And we retaliate against both of them. All right. Okay, and let's see these encounter cards. What do I have here? Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, let's see the first one. Shadow of the Past has a when revealed treachery. Yeah, we will get rid of that card for sure. So let's pay with who we have ready for 5. Let's just pay with the web shooter. And to play Enhanced Spider Sense and cancel that card. And the second one. You may exhaust the Milano. When revealed hero side, you may exhaust the Milano. If you do not, the villain attacks you with +1 ATK. Yeah, we're going to exhaust the Milano. Okay. Yeah, special delivery. Yep, that was worth it for sure. All right, excellent. Okay, so yeah, as much as I want to use taunt, it's a little risky to do that yet. Because we still have the Power Stone and he gets 2 boost cards. So not quite ready to use that yet. I want to get ready for a fight in play. So I'll use taunt for that. Okay. And then let's use swinging whip kick to get unflappable into play. Oh, no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Okay, we're going to go down to alter ego side. All right. So, you know what? At this point, that extra Kree attack is a little bit problematic, although I can heal more than he attacks for. Yeah, so maybe I take advantage of just the extra healing. Let's go down to alter ego side. So Aunt May is going to heal him up for 4 from 2 to 6. And then Peter will heal up 3 more up to 9. Puts us in much better shape. Okay. And then we'll use Peter Parker's alter ego ability as a resource to play Unflappable, which can, after you defend against an attack, take no damage, exhaust Unflappable, draw a card. Okay. All right. Excellent. So let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to keep these cards. I'd like to start dealing some serious damage now. So let's ready up. Draw our hand size. Okay, and we've got a backflip sitting here ready for us. Okay, let's do it. Add 2 threat to the main scheme. You trigger ready for a fight. Flip over to the hero side. He's going to get 2 boost cards. We're going to draw a card with Peter Parker's ability. All right. And let's see. If I let him attack, he can get the Power Stone back, and I'm okay with that. So I'm going to let him attack. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will get rid of all of that damage with backflip. Okay, so none of that damage hits us. Okay, it gets retaliated against him, so he's down from 9 to 8. And hard to ignore. We defended and took no damage, so that'll get rid of 1 threat. And then Unflappable triggers, drawing us a card. Okay, then this guy attacks. Will you stand alone to? Oh, we don't have to. Oh, Yeah, I could defend, but I could save that in case I can defend on. Yeah, and I have a taunt I'd like to defend with too. Yeah, yeah. So he attacks, deals 1 damage to us. There we go. And gets retaliated on. He attacks, deals 1 damage to us. So from 8 down to 7. And he gets retaliated on, and he's gone. Okay, 2 encounter cards. First one. You may flip to alter ego and choose one. Okay, so let's flip to alter ego and exhaust Peter Parker, and then remove eviction notice from the game. So let's put that in out of play. Okay, and the next card, he has guard and stalwart. So he has guard, so we got to get rid of him. Okay, let's use Aunt May to heal up back to, let's see, we have 3 extra hit points. So now we heal from 7. She heals for 4, so all the way up to 11. Okay, excellent. And then Peter Parker is resource weak. Is there something we can get into play? Yeah, we'll get this web shooter into play. Okay, not bad. Oh, no. Actually, let's get ingenuity into play. So let's use swinging web kick. No. Gosh. Yeah, I want to start doing some serious damage, actually. I'm going to use this web shooter and his ability to get ingenuity into play. There we go. That's all right. Yeah, don't mind that. Let's head over to our hero side now. Okay. And then we're going to use ingenuity to play taunt. That's going to trigger stand alone, and Peter Parker readies. And then he gets, Ronan's going to attack us. Okay. He gets 2 boost cards. Okay. And Peter Parker's ability triggers, drawing us a card. Okay. All right. And then we will defend for 7. Oops. Defend. There we go. Defend for 7. So attacking for 3, 4, 5, 6, and 0. Okay. So we don't take any of that damage. Gets retaliated on for, gets down 8 down to 7. And taunt draws us 3 cards. Okay. Nice. So let's deal some damage here. First, we got to get rid of this Kree Lieutenant. He has 7 hit points. So let's use one of these in harm's way. So this double plus Black Cat, play in harm's way, deal 7 damage to the Kree Lieutenant, and it'll remove the threat from the main scheme. Okay. By the way, he went all the way through his deck, so he has an acceleration token on here now too. Okay. All right. I didn't notice that till just now because I just saw that token on there. Okay, excellent. All right, and then let's deal what we can do 7 more damage here. Let's see. So we will use let's see, the web shooter plus electrostatic charge plus get their attention to play in harm's way. No, let's use swing web kick. Yeah, we're going to save that actually. Deal 8 damage, defeating stage 2. All right. Oops. Detach. There we go. Okay, so now he has 4 attack there. He has retaliate 1, okay, and toughness. And when revealed, search and counter deck, discard pile to the superior tactic side scheme and reveal it. So let's check here first. Nope, not in there. Let's check in here. Superior tactics. Here it is. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. We had that in play before. It was in play before. Shuffle the deck. Power Stone cannot be unattached from Ronan the Accuser. Attach the Power Stone to Ronan the Accuser. Okay, so he now has the Power Stone. So we got to get rid of that so we can get this Power Stone back. All right, and we can't do anything else there. Okay. All right. I just realized that I wasted something. I forgot about, I have the Milano here as a resource generator. So I meant to use that so that I could keep this other card in my hand, which was get their attention. Totally forgot about that. Okay, sorry about that mistake. Okay, it's easy to forget about the Milano. Just sitting there as a resource generator, not using it. But when it's on my turn, I definitely want to use it when I can, okay, to either remove threat from the main scheme or as a resource generator. Okay. All right. Okay, so now let's, oops, get rid of that. Okay, now ready up and draw our hand size. Aha, advanced spider sense in hand. Okay, add 3 threat to the main scheme now. And do we already have? Yeah, we already have 1 advance over there. That's great. So I only have 1 other to worry about when we're on hero side. Okay. Okay, so he's going to attack. He has the Power Stone now. So he's only going to get 1 boost card. Okay, so he has 4, 5, 6 attack. We will defend for 7. Oh, first, let's draw a card with Spider-Man's ability. Now let's defend for 7. So again, 4, 5, 6. 7 damage plus an extra boost card. 8, 9, 10 damage. Minus 7, so he deals 3, so 11 down to 8. And our retaliate gets rid of that tie. Okay. All right, he would have gotten the Power Stone back, even if we had it right then. Okay. All right, then this guy's going to attack. We're going to use Stand Alone to let that ready us. And he attacks for 1. He us down from 8 down to 7. We retaliate, deal 1 damage to him. Okay. All right, then, but as he attacks, we're going to use Get Their Attention. So we use Ingenuity plus this Wrapped Up to play Get Their Attention. Okay, and it removes 3 threat from a scheme, which is Superior Tactics. We're going to get rid of that so we can get the Power Stone back. All right, then 2 encounter cards. First one has Patrol. Okay, we got to get rid of that guy if we want to remove threat from the main scheme anyway. Okay. And this one, when revealed, hero side, you may exhaust the Milano. If you do not, the villain attacks you with +1 ATK. So do I want him to attack me? Okay, yes, I am going to go ahead and have him attack me here. The reason for that, by the way, is I want to draw an extra card here, and I want to be able to do some offensive things. So even though I risk giving up, I don't have the Power Stone. I don't risk giving up the Power Stone yet. Okay, yeah. So even though I risk taking some more damage, I think it's worth the risk here. All right, so he's going to get his boost card here. We are going to draw a card with Spider-Man's ability, and we get a backflip. So that's one of the things I was kind of hoping for, because we only had a few cards left in the deck here, 4 now. Okay, so we're going to just let this attack happen. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. We'll backflip right out of that. Okay. That was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage, I guess. Okay, we'll backflip right out of it. So taking none of that damage, we retaliate, and from 25 down to 24. We didn't take any damage, so hard to ignore. Can't just trigger actually because of this Kree Commando, but Unflappable can, drawing us another card. And that gives us a ready for a fight. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and play. Yeah, I don't think I'll bother with ready for a fight. Even though I'd like to do that, because I want to keep in harm's way. Yeah, so if we go 1, 2, 3, and play Swinging Web Kick to deal 8 damage to the Kree Commando, we get rid of him. Okay. All right, I could then get ready for a fight out there. You know what, I'm going to do that. Okay, and then Peter Parker can just go ahead and remove a threat. Oh, that's why I want in harm's way to stay. Because on the next turn, okay. Yeah, because he's adding 3 threat each time. And in harm's way can get rid of all the threat. It'll build up to 6 here. In harm's way can get rid of all of that on the next turn. So I'm just going to keep those cards, and we're going to let Peter Parker go ahead and attack Ronan. Yeah, I'll let him attack Ronan for 2 damage. So bring him down from 24 to 22. All right, let's ready up and draw our hand size. Okay. All right, add 3 threat to the main scheme from up to 6. Okay. And then looks like we ran out of our deck again. He gets an extra encounter card. I forgot about that. Okay, so he's attacking for 4, 5, 6 plus the boost card. Spider-Man draws us a card. We're going to defend for 7. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we take 1 damage. Okay, and he gets retaliated on, 22 down to 21. Okay. Then the Kree private attacks us, stand alone, readies us, and we take 1 damage. And the Kree commando is retaliated on as well. Okay, so we have no canceling ability here, but the Milano can help us with some canceling. All right, put 2 extra encounter cards. Here's the first one. Surge, which we cannot prevent. Okay. All right. Forced to interrupt. When the villain phase ends, deal 1 damage to each player. Oh, I hate that. Hate that one. First player action, exhaust the Milano and spend 2 resources of any type, discard this card. That's probably not happening anytime soon. Okay, next one. Attach the enemy with the highest ATK. Oh, I hate this card. Oh man, he's getting some good cards here. Reduce the amount of damage attack hero takes from each attack by 1. Actually, I'm going to put this here so I'm more likely to remember it. And I can spend 3 resources of the same type to discard that card. Okay. Wow. Just terrible. Okay. All right. That got attached to Ronan, by the way. Okay, next one. Peril. Choose one. Exhaust the Milano or spend 2 energy resources, which I actually could do, or discard a card at random from the first player's hand. Might actually do that one. And take a little risk there. Oh, we can start doing some serious damage here, though. Let's see. Spend 2 energy resources. I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend this one and this one. And get rid of that last card. Cut the power. Okay. All right. Has 3 on it. That actually super sucks. Just when I was going to get rid of this threat. And I can't. So this is going to bust. Okay. Oh, it's the end of the turn, so he's going to deal 1 damage to us. So we're going to go from 5 down to 4. Dang it. Okay. Wow. All right, let's see what we can do here. Okay, so first I am going to use Webbed Up. Excuse me. Use Webbed Up as a resource to play Ready for a Fight so that we can go down to Alter Ego side. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to use the Milano plus Ingenuity plus Swing and Web Kick to play In Harm's Way. And we will deal 7 damage for our defense, but it's actually 6 because of this card here, the armor. So we deal 6 damage, take him from 21 down to 15. All right, plus we can remove 7 threat. We'll get that from Cut the Power. All right. And we did deal enough damage to take back the Power Stone. Okay, so I guess we get that. Let me see. We can take that back, yeah? We won't be able to... Yeah, there isn't any card that prevents it. Yeah, there is a card that can, so that's why I'm thinking about that so carefully. And then, do we attack for a couple more points? Oh, he can remove 2 threat. That would bring it down to 4, which is still not enough, so we might as well not bother. So let's just attack for 2 damage, bring him from 15 down to 13. Okay, flip over to our alter ego side, heal with Aunt May from 4 up to 8. Okay, ready up, draw our hand size. Okay, all right, that's looking really good. Okay, this is gonna bust. When revealed, attach the Power Stone to Ronan the Accuser. So there you go, he has a Power Stone. If it is already attached to him, give him 1 face down boost card. It was not. Okay, turn over. All right, while the Power Stone is attached to Ronan the Accuser, threat cannot be removed from this scheme. Okay, so, but my goal is actually to win before that can happen. Okay. All right, so that's it. Let's then, he's going to get his turn, but let's use Ready for a Fight. Flip over to Hero side. He's going to attack using 1 boost card because he has the Power Stone. Okay. And then Spider-Man's ability triggers, drawing us a card. Okay. Oh, Face the Past. I still haven't used that. Okay, that actually could be valuable here. All right. So let's go ahead and defend. And he attacks for 4, 5, 6 plus this 7, 8. We take 1 damage down to 7. Gets retaliated on for 13 down to 12. All right. Okay. This reduces the amount of damage an attached character takes from each attack by 1. Okay. Yeah, so just attacks. Oh, wait a minute. So I attacked with Peter Parker a little bit ago for 2, I think, right? So I actually need to put back 1 of those hit points. Okay. All right. Okay, and it gets 2 encounter cards. Get the first one. He has Patrol. Okay. It attacks for 2. Oh, Pincher Maneuver. That's going to accelerate things big time. So we got to get rid of that card. But my goal is to win this right now. Okay. Yeah, we should be able to do that. We have Swinging Web Kick and we have In Harm's Way. Just to really make sure, I'm going to use Face the Past here. Okay, search the encounter deck, discard pile and set aside area for your Nemesis minion and reveal it. Okay. Boom. And there we go. There's Vulture. Okay. And Vulture has Quick Strike. He attacks for 3. We go from 7 down to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hold on. There is a reason why we don't want to lose that. I forgot that Ronan the Accuser has Retaliate. I've attacked him a couple of times, right? So then that becomes dangerous to do that. Darn. Okay, so we don't want to do that. Okay, let's just retract, Vulture coming out, and Face the Past. Don't need it anyway. We got this game. Okay, but I did attack a couple times, so I need to receive some damage for that. So I'll say, twice. I think I have attacked, so I'm down to 5. Okay, but we're going to end this game right now. So let's use Ingenuity and the Milano and Face the Past to attack with Swinging Web Kick. Let's use In Harm's Way first. To attack with In Harm's Way. We have 7, so we deal 7 damage, but this reduces it down to 6 damage. So we deal 6 damage instead. So 13 comes down to 7. And we get retaliated on, so we take 1 damage ourselves. Okay? And we remove 7. This part doesn't change. And we remove 7 threat from a scheme, which is going to be Pincher Maneuver. So we'll get rid of that. Okay. Now we will attack with Swing and Web Kick. So we'll use 1, 2, 3 cards. Attack with Swing and Web Kick, dealing 8 damage. But again, this reduces that by 1, so it's actually 7 damage, which is just enough to finish off Ronan. and that's game over. And if it weren't enough, we would have been able to retaliate on our next turn. Oh, we did attack him hard, so we would have gotten this stone back. Okay, right. So then on our turn, we could have just defended well, and then been able to retaliate, for 1 more damage there too. Okay. So, but in any case, hopefully I didn't make too many errors there. That is Expert Ronan. Hope you enjoyed seeing this deck in action. It didn't do some of the things I'm used to it being able to do, like taunt. Like all the other games I played against Ronan, I used taunt quite regularly once I had my setup here. But in this game, taunt, I didn't really use it. But normally, it's a huge card for this deck, being able to get a ton of card draw. I didn't have nearly as much card draw as I'm used to getting. But overall, outside of that, hopefully you saw enough of the other action to see what this deck can do. All right, we'll see you in the next one. Have a great one, everybody. And please like and subscribe if you haven't already.